he showed his heart tonight, just like Zab Judah. I mean, I don't know what kept Zab Judah up. I think it was Brooklyn who kept Zab Judah up.
Yeah.
You know, and he showed a lot of heart. And so we're just very happy, very thrilled with all the fans who made it possible. So let me introduce to you, and still the middleweight champion, WBO middleweight champion, Peter Willis, who is now making his second home here in Brooklyn.
See the smile, Pete.
How y'all doing today?
Good.
I'm very thankful. I'm very blessed to be here with you guys once again. This has been a very humbling experience for me to be, you know, inspiring people to work hard for what they want to do in their lives. I can't discredit Fernando Guerrero at all for what he's done. He had the opportunity in front of him. Unfortunately, he came up short, but you know, I think he will come back and fight a better day. You know, I pray for both of us to be able to fight a better day. And you know, this right here, you know, I don't believe no hype that's around me. I just believe that my hard work got me where I'm at, and it makes me want to work harder. You know, I went from watching Oscar De La Hoya on TV to being right next to him. So this right here is a feeling. I'm telling you, cannot be replaced with money. So just let me know how far I came. I'm originally from Grand Rapids, Michigan. I moved here and made my home here in New York City. I lived in Brooklyn for 5 years. I'm actually moving back to Brooklyn. I'm just very inspired by the people here in Brooklyn, and just be able to be at a new arena and win my belt here. I mean, I can't really tell y'all how I really feel. A lot of people think that my life has changed. Yeah, you know, a lot of people want to be around a champion. Everybody wants to be around somebody that's successful, but what's very important that I keep what's true to me and keep what's real to me, and I don't believe none of the hype. I don't use drugs, I don't drink. I might sip a little bit of weed, a little wine, but most importantly, I don't go crazy and local. I really make my life around boxing. Everything is the root of boxing for me. You know, everything that I do, I teach boxing classes, I inspire kids, and when I'm in a boxing camp, I let kids come and work out with me, just to give them a platform to be around somebody and see how hard, you know, work looks like. And you know, sometimes the kids come up in there and they work harder than me, but you got to give those kids a platform to be able to be inspired. So I'm just very blessed to be here with you, and I have to let y'all know, y'all got to give yourself a round of applause. Y'all built this fight to be a good fight. Sonny Martinez fought tonight, and we didn't hear nothing about it. They don't know nothing about me. They say all the things they say about me, but you know, my dad is from Cuba. He started off the boat. Now I'm here. So most importantly, I don't value off of what people say or what they think of me. I just know what my hard work is able to do for me. So I think with this performance tonight, I'm not going to say, oh, I'm a spectacular. I'm never going to say that. I never believe that and never value that. I value everything I do in the gym. So I just hope I inspire y'all tonight to be good at what you guys do.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Before we go to questions, I also want to introduce another fighter that is your very own, right here, born and raised. Every performance that he's having, he's just getting better. He's solid. His timing's back. His power, you can see his punch is just crisp, and he's feeling comfortable now. So it's going to be very exciting to see this young man back at Brooklyn here at the Barclays Center, and that's Danny Jacobs.
Yeah.
Danny.
Look at Chop in his shirt over there. Now. You gotta look at
We're sexy. We're sexy.
Thanks everyone for coming out and supporting me. I value Brooklyn fans. I value you guys. All the articles you write about me. It means a lot to me. I know one day my son will grow up and read these articles, so I really applaud you guys for doing such a great job with me in my career. As Oscar said, I feel like I am getting better and better with each fight. I want to thank my team, Andre Rozier, Gary Starks, Victor Roundtree, my father, my pops, and everybody down with Team Jacobs. I'm just excited. You know, tonight I grade myself about a B. You know, with the opponent that we had, last minute replacement, I was supposed to do those things. And not to take away from myself, not to discredit me, but, you know, I was supposed to do that. I want to step up. I want to get in there with somebody that you guys know and respect, so that I can gain your respect, because I do want to become a world champion. My dream is always to be a world champion in the middleweight, junior middleweight division, wherever I may land. My trainer wants me to go there, but I don't think that's going to happen. But I just want to fulfill my dreams, and no better place to fulfill my dreams but in this building right here. I already fulfilled one of my dreams, and that was to come back, and it was an amazing feeling, you know. So now I'm just living the dream. I'm enjoying every moment, and as we go along, you know, we're just gonna step up accordingly and take out whoever we need to take out. But I'm just grateful. I'm happy to be here right now today. I'm just grateful. So thank you.
We'll open it up for questions.
Pete, 2 fights at Barclays Center, 10 knockdowns. What does it take to keep these guys forward?
You know, I think a will, you know, when we get in there as fighters, is this about whose will is the strongest, or what is the reason you in the ring? You know, a lot of people, I say it best, is like, if you don't have the best reasons to do what you're doing, it's gonna show right away. So, you know, I'm not taking anything away from any fighter. I just know that I just work hard for me to be able to put on the best performances I can for the fans, and I really truly believe that. So with that being said, I'm still looking for that dignified fight to make me a superstar.
Oscars for you and him. I guess you heard, you know, with Sergio's performance tonight. I think that dropped twice, but one was not moving knockdown. And you know, they're talking about Chavez or Golovkin. What do you think? There's a chance that you could inject Peter in that conversation. Peter, you know, would you look forward to something like that?
Oh yeah, we've been discussing amongst everybody what are the possible opponents for Peter. You know, and knowing him, he wants to fight he wants to go after Golovkin, right? Which will be a tremendous fight. But then he has other choices too. You can fight Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., for instance, which is another option. And you know, you take a look at the other champions in that weight division, but one guy that would be a terrific fight is Sergio Martinez. You know, I mean, that would be a tremendous fight. But there's many options for Peter. There's not just one fighter that we're going after. Peter has a plan. Peter has a plan, and he has a special gift. And you know, we want to take advantage of that special gift and take him to the top. So the good thing is that there's good champions in his weight division. It's a hot weight division. It's a very popular weight division, and so we're just going to continue going after the best.
Like I said, we could put them in order. You know, everybody's talking to Sergio Martinez, but we got Gennady Golovkin, we got Daniel Gill, who holds the IBF title. So it's a lot of different options. But if I was to sit around here and play a matchmaker, I would never get nothing accomplished. I just know I welcome on all comers. They all look like food to me. And they can say, oh, you know what? That's a pool full of sharks. I said, there's 2 things. You can be in a pool full of sharks. You can be a guppy, or you can be the biggest shark in the pool, and that's what I am. And I believe it, and nobody else got to tell me that I'm not. I know what I'm able to do, and yeah, what they say about Gennady Golovkin, yeah, keep building them up. The money's on the table for him, then we gonna get him. He look like food to me.
Pete, in the 6th round, Guerrero was able to land a number of left straight hands, but it didn't seem to affect you. Was his power, did you feel it at all throughout the fight?
Well, I think you probably remember it more than me. I didn't remember the 6th round. I just know that I was in my rhythm, finding my zone. Did I feel hurt? No, I didn't. You know, it take a lot more to break my will than that. You know, like, I feel he had definitely some moments, but I feel comfortable. You know, this is a game where you gotta be able to go sit down with the tape and view your performance and get better from that. So, like I said, I'm not gonna take anything from the performance. I'm gonna go back and watch the tape. I'm gonna use the tape to get better. You know, Fernando is a tremendous fighter. He had the opportunity, and you know, I walked out with the victory, and that's what's important to me.
Were you ever frustrated during the fight, being able to knock him down so many times and just kept getting back up?
I only get frustrated when I got a lot of mustard on my sandwiches. You know, other than that, I'm not really frustrated at all. Boxing is the kind of thing that we gotta be able to work through too with the challenges that present itself. So I just know, as far as the training camp, it's a tremendous training camp. I went through a lot of sparring partners, but you know, I found what worked for me and found my rhythm, and you know, I was able to go a hard 12, a hard 15, hard 21 rounds like the original Kid Chocolate did. Shout out Hitch.
How you doing, champ? I'd like to know, were you baiting him in once you found out you hurt him? Were you baiting him in when you were letting him come in and you took a couple of shots on the chin, or that's just what happened? He landed some.
Well, you know, you land some, you get some, you take some. So, you know, with that being said, you know, as far as baiting him, I just was like in my rhythm. You know, I don't be like, oh, I'm gonna fake him out. I was just up in there just doing what I feel natural doing. It's like dancing to me, man. I was like, dog, really salsa dancing and really up in there moving and finding your rhythm, man. Like I said, I can't take nothing from a guy. It's like, I cannot expect to not get hit. I mean, I try to work hard in training camp to, you know, work on not getting hit and doing all the punching. But, you know, sometimes, you know, a guy find a punch in there and it's about how well you take it on the chin.
Took it well.
Okay, in the round where you knocked him down twice, it looked like you might have been knocked down a third time. What do you think?
I was like, you know, I told him, I actually seen him in the corner and he was looking at me and I said, boy, I'm coming for you. And he looked back at me and then, you know, he made it through the round, he came back and he was game. But he was just like any other opponent that come like that, you know. I had Hassan Nadam in my last fight where we put on a thrilling 12-round fight, but, you know, like I said, you only as good as your last fight, and I was looking to put more great performance on this fight and not try to match the performance with the last one. So him getting up and, you know, coming back to fight, I like that. I invite that because that's what the fans would like to see.
Champ, you think you could have put him out a lot earlier in the third round instead of going to the fourth and all the way to the sixth round?
Well, the will is what a guy has, and you know, his will bring him back up, and that's what make him just as valuable as me, you know. And I can't take anything away from a guy that get hit and want to get right back up. You know, unfortunately, I haven't took that knock on wood, but you know, I really don't know how that feels, so I can't really speak on that. I'm glad that he was able to get back
From
up.
my perspective, it was more like you were in slow motion and they were more like he was all over the place.
Well, you know, everything when you as a boxer, when you in that ring, and everybody see the fight as real time, I see it slow motion. I see it just at real time.
That's the way. I'm sorry, that's the way you made us see it.
Oh yeah,
It
well,
really looked like the poise was on another level of all the fights that we saw tonight.
that's what made me just a dangerous fighter. A lot of guys don't know, man. I started fighting in the street. Then I found the boxing gym and I learned how to box. So the fight has always been in me. You know what I'm saying? If you went back home, where I'm from, Grand Rapids, Michigan, and unfortunately, somewhere here in New York City, I got a lot of knockouts on the street too. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's like, it's gonna take a lot to bust my will up, and you know, like I don't take anything from Fernando, man. I told him I gave him encouraging words in the locker room. I just told him, man, you know, a fighter, each one of us fighters always looking for that dignifying performance.
Hey, Pete, congratulations. Spoke to your dad today, was a little nervous.
Well, you know, my dad had a suit on. You gotta be nervous when you got a suit on. I never seen him in a suit ever. Are you still talking, or are you? He's
a little nervous.
You know, like I love my dad, man. That's why I do this because my dad. My dad from Cuba. He came here. He was like 40-some years old. I thought he couldn't even make no more babies. You know, he got me here, and like I said, that's why I said my dad started off the boat. Now I'm here. You know, Oscar family started from the border. Now you're here. You know what I'm saying? And this what it's all about. You know what I mean? A lot of people come here. Their family come to this country for opportunity. You know, like. People need to start bigging up the Americans here. Like, I'm a product of the struggle, but at the same time, I'm a product of my dad being a Cuban refugee coming over here to make opportunity for me. And now his son is the champion of the world. How you think he feel? Ain't no money can replace that feeling in his heart. And I look at him and he smiles even when he got the suit on. But, you know, I love my dad so much. He's the reason why I'm here, and I got the work ethic that I got. I'm a horse. You know, I'm a lion eating a gazelle. I'm a gorilla eating the bushes.
This question is for Oscar. Oscar, with the situation with, you know, that HBO said that he didn't want to work with you guys before, that it was kind of rough a couple of months ago, and you're trying to put together a fight with Sergio Martinez or with Peter Quillen. Do you think that it's gonna be any kind of problems in there with them just coming with all this crap before?
No. There's always a solution for everything. Last time I heard, Sergio Martinez wasn't tied down to HBO, so there's always a solution. In this game, I mean, you know what talks. And so the great thing about these fighters is that they just want to fight the best. I know Sergio would want to fight the best, and Peter Quillen, and Peter Quillen wants to fight the best. So it's not a matter of if there's differences with cable networks or anybody like that. It can get done. It can get done. So that's not gonna stop us from making the best fights happen. We're gonna continue chipping away. Golden Boy Promotions will keep on putting the best fights out there for the fans. And all we can do is just keep chipping away, and eventually we'll see all the big fights happen.
Yeah, I've got one.
This one's for Peter. Guerrero landed almost 50% of his power shots on you tonight. Do you think they're fighting someone like Golovkin or Martinez? They're, well, obviously a step up in class. What would you do different to avoid that?
I still look very, very good. No busted lip, no swelling around the edges. Unfortunately, let's just talk about Gennady Golovkin first and foremost. He fights junior middleweights, and he still get hits a lot. I'm a craft in the making. I'm an artist just trying to paint the picture. So as far as those big fights, how can we just say a guy who's now 29-0 with 21 knockouts, who's accomplished so much in his life, don't deserve a shot at the best in the world? Sergio Martinez, who's, was fight the same night as mine right now, and we had, a sold-out show here. I don't know if it was a sold-out. We had a large people in attendance tonight, and, we still inspiring the world. So as far as those big fights, like I said, when the guy asked this question as far as, was you baiting them in, or, what were you doing? I mean, that's the fight is all about, is getting in there, finding your rhythm. Whoever has the best rhythm is going to win. So I just think I'm the best because I find my rhythm, and these dudes cannot dance with me.
Good. So we're gonna wrap it up now with Danny Jacobs and Peter Kid Chocolate Quillen. We hear in a few minutes right now. Danny Garcia and Zab Judah are on their way. So last question for Danny, and last question for Peter.
This question is really for Bernard Hopkins. Hopkins, congratulations on your win. Who's on your radar? Who would you like to get into ring?
Listen, you just watch these fights tonight. I'm still trying to take it all in from the co-main event to the main event, which people gonna leave tonight with that on their mind. Listen, man, the night was a great show. It was a great fight. You got to take your hat off to Kid Chocolate and also Danny Jacobs, man, and also, of course, Danny Garcia and Zab Judah, man. I think we should focus on that because it's a lot more coming. And so, eat slowly. Drink slowly.
Don't ask me no questions.
Thank you very much.
Before you said that it was hard for you to make 147, but now you're back here. Explain to us why the change of heart, why coming back down in weight division in the past you felt you couldn't make it.
Well, I didn't have the conditioning coach that I have now, Scooter Honig. I don't know if y'all heard of him. He's one of the best in the business. He gets me a great conditioning. My eating is different. As you saw today, even my power is increased. So there's something going on that is good. So welterweight, that's where I'm at.
We have plans to bring them back with underneath Malinaji and Broner, which will be here at the Barclays Center coming up. So yeah, we definitely have some good plans for Luis Collazo. He's exciting. He's hungry. and he's a top fighter in the welterweight division, so he can fight anybody. I mean, he just mentioned the top guys, so he's willing and ready to fight anybody. So we're gonna go back to the drawing board and then figure it out. So it's a great fight, absolutely. Paulie, the announcer, the matchmaker,
I know good TV.
love it. I love it.
First one with the Virgo has the fight over there.
Thank you very much, guys. Now, also, I want to acknowledge a young fighter who is from here, who actually brought in like 200-300 people. Just starting off, he's a guy that actually we would love to have with Golden Boy, Zachary Ochoa, who put on a tremendous performance. He's a young fighter. You see this kid fight, and he can fight. Thank you very much for being on the show. We hear Danny's on his way.
First of all, I want to say thank you to Oscar De La Hoya, Bernard Hopkins, and Golden Boy Showtime and the Barclays Center. And it's a real big opportunity for me. And I just thank God this is a dream come true. God bless everybody.
Thank you, Zachary. Another inside the ring after the fight. That's what it's all about. And that's what Danny Garcia is all about. That's what Zab Judah was all about. They showed the world that they're warriors, they're champions, but they're gentlemen, and that's what it's really all about. So, your champ right here, unified, Danny Garcia.
First of all, I want to thank God. I want to thank my dad. I want to thank Al Heyman. I want to thank Golden Boy. I want to thank Showtime for giving me this opportunity to shine on this stage. Tonight, I prepared for the best Zab Judah, and he came his best. I'm happy that he came his best. You know, there's no excuses about anything. But I knew when I came to Brooklyn, I had a, you know, the hometown guy was gonna have the extra spark because he's in the hometown. Like, I'm not gonna let nobody come in my hometown and just beat me. So he came prepared. It was a great fight. It was blood, sweat, and tears. That's what I bring to the fight. We both landed good shots, but I was prepared for a war. And you know, I'm just thankful I got the victory, and it's time to move on.
Let's open it up for questions.
Danny and Angel, in the 6th and 8th rounds, were you surprised that he got up from both of those shots, both of them?
Well, yeah, I was. Like, Danny was some good shot, but I knew this guy was going to come in his A game. I mean, Zach came to fight, and that's what the fans deserve, fights like this. I mean, you don't come unprepared. Zach came to be the champion tonight, and we knew that. You know, it was a lot of talk back and forth, 4 rounds, 5, but, you know, we knew we had 12 rounds to work with. We knew, and I wanted Zach to be in his A game, like I told you before. I wanted Zach to be in his A game, so there'd be no excuses. No, Danny fought a buck, washed up old man. No, Zach was still young, but one thing is that he can't be like the legend. I try to be like the legend, but there's nobody like the legend, man. It's D-80.
Danny, same question. The first time and then the second time that he got up from both of those shots.
Yeah, actually, I was really surprised because I was putting so much pressure and heat on him, like strong, sharp punches, and he came back strong. He even came back strong in the later rounds. He made a couple good shots. I sucked him up, but he came prepared. He's been in big fights like that before. He's been hurt before, so I wasn't surprised. I mean, he's a former champion. He's been in tough fights, so I had to adapt and bite down. Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Danny, at any moment, did you feel that when Zab in the later rounds was hitting you, did you feel that he maybe made you wobble a little bit?
No, he
you
caught
saw
me.
that you started backing up.
No, he caught me with a good shot. He caught me with a good shot. It's boxing. That's what it's about. But I proved that I can fight even when I'm hurt. I'm a true champion. I bit down and I got the job done.
Danny, do you think with your performance tonight, you're still going to get criticized, being as though that Zab Judah is the age that he is, and people were expecting you to win impressively by knockout, and you went the distance with it?
I mean, you know, every time I step in the ring, I'm learning. I'm a young fighter. Like I said, they say he's not in his prime, but I'm not in my prime yet either. I'm only 25 years old. That's not my prime. Physical prime is 27, 28. I'm still learning on the job. You know, a win's a win. You know, I heard him. It was blood, it was cuts, and the fans in Brooklyn loved it, and that's why it matters.
The thing, he's not washed up. He came to fight. He came to his A game. He trained hard. He showed it tonight. He got up from those shots. He got up and went the distance, 12 rounds. So he wasn't washed up. Please, I hope you guys don't start saying that. He's washed up. Because that will get somebody an L real fast. Like Chop Chop will too. People need to fight guys like this, in shape like this. Old veterans were not in shape.
Hey, Danny, congratulations to you guys, Angel, also.
Thank you.
Danny, on the judges' scorecard, Zab won the last 3 rounds on all 3 of them. It looked a little bit like, even though you had a commanding lead, you were fading a little bit. Was it a matter of you feeling like you were getting tired, or were the punches taking their toll? What was the reason why you were unable to close strong, even though you still were obviously the winner of the fight?
No, my arms got a little tight in the later rounds. My arms got a little tight. My legs felt good, but my arms felt a little tight. But I had to bite down and just grind it out, and that's what I did.
Show he's a warrior. It's a warrior sport. I mean, it's a two-way street. You got to take something to give something. And Danny was trying to counter him and took some good ones to counter, but it didn't work out the way he wanted to do it. That's why I told him go back to your A game. Don't go back to the B game.
I also want to ask you about next. Richard Schaefer from Golden Boys talked about putting Danny in with the winner of the May 18th fight between Matisse and Lamont Peterson to sort of continue to unify the titles in the 140-pound weight class. And what are your thoughts about that fight and doing that in September, which is when they're talking about?
You know me, I'll fight anybody. So that's what Al Heyman wants.
Exactly.
That's what I do. I do whatever Al Heyman
That was to happen, happens.
My job.
They're supposed to be the best junior weights out there, so that's what we're gonna do.
It's something we've discussed. It's something we've discussed amongst the circle there at Golden Boy and with Al and everybody. Danny's gonna fight the very best, no matter what. No matter what. You throw him in there with King Kong, he'll fight King Kong. That's who Danny is. So is he gonna fight Matisse? Is he gonna fight the very best at 140 or 147? Hey, that's what we're gonna discuss with everybody. But will it happen? Eventually, because he wants to fight the best. So that's who Danny is. Right now, had a great fight with Zab Judah. He's gonna relax. We don't know what's gonna happen next, but it was discussed as an option.
Danny, congratulations on your win tonight, and Angel too. My question is regarding the situation with WBC and WBA. Jose Sulaiman have expressed that he basically wants you to stay with the WBC title and leave the WBA title out. What do you think about just leaving the WBA out, because he's looking to do the same thing with Canelo? And Canelo expressed to me that he wants to stay with the WBC title after winning the trout.
You know, like I said before, I'm a fighter. You know, I earned both of these belts, so I walk around with them proud, and every time I step in the ring, I'm proud to defend them. And that's pretty much what I have to say about that. You know, I can't.
It's politics.
You know, I just let them do their job. My job is to fight, but I love both belts.
It is what it is. We fight with no buckles. It's just about the people. It's not about the belts. It's about the fans. You guys, the fans that pay the money to come see a good fight. Just because you got buckles don't make you make a good fight. It's two great fighters make a fight. Thank you.
Right here, you guys. Right.
Danny La Mega, Dominguez. Trinidad, Cotto, now you. 25-0, Puerto Rican. Are you the one holding the Puerto Ricans up right now?
Yeah, no doubt. Of course. You know, I'm the only Puerto Rican champion. Even though I was born and raised in Philadelphia, my mom and dad, they're born and raised in Puerto Rico. So, you know, I had the Puerto Rican blood, and I got the...
It seemed in the arena today like it was all Judah in the beginning, then you kind of like won the crowd back. Then at the end, they said your name, then Judah came back. I think it was one of the best fights I've seen in a crowd going crazy like that, back and forth, in a long time.
Yeah, I mean,
that was awesome.
That's what it's all about, you know. Some fights change momentum. And the crowd, that's why it's called fans, because they switch. Fans switch quick, you know how that is, man. But, you know, I'm just happy they were into the fight, and it was a great fight.
This was a tough fight, but do you feel better that you struggled through such a hard fight and came through like this for the first time? You had such a hard fight, and you want to fight in Puerto Rico.
Oh yeah, I would love to fight in Puerto Rico. Oscar, help me fight in Puerto Rico. Give me a fight in Puerto Rico.
We've, you know, I lived in Puerto Rico for 6 years, so, and I'm married to a Puerto Rican, so whenever I go down there, they're mentioning Danny Garcia. You know, I mean, yeah, he was born here, but, you know, his father, his family, were Puerto Rican, so that would be the plan, absolutely, down the road, to take him to Puerto Rico and go fight at the Choliseo there and sell it out, and people love him. People love him in Puerto Rico. He's the only world champion right now that Puerto Rico has, so, you know, it just makes sense to down the road, down the line, take him to Puerto Rico and have all the fans there that are very passionate about boxing, because boxing is the sport in Puerto Rico, and you know, they want to see Danny Garcia. I mean, everywhere I go and I walk around, oh, what fights are you making now? When can we see Danny Garcia? They're asking about him. They're not asking about nobody else. They're asking about Danny. So it makes sense to take him down there in the near future.
Right here, Danny.
Danny, congratulations, first of all. One question I have for tonight is, do you feel that tonight's fight was part of the education process of your young career? And if so, what adjustments do you feel that you need to make as of right now?
You know, like I said before, I'm still learning on the job. I'm learning every day. I'm getting better. I'm getting smarter. But you know, my division is one of the toughest divisions in boxing. Everybody can fight. So anytime I step in the ring, I know it's gonna be a tough fight. So I just gotta keep learning and keep adapting.
Here we go.
Hey, Danny, how's it going? Congratulations. I gotta ask you this. You love fighting in other people's backyards. What goes through your mind when you hear thousands of people booing you every time, and every time you disappoint them?
You know, like I said before, it don't matter where I fight. It's just, I'm the king of the ring. That's my territory. So in that square circle, I'm the king of that. So, but it fuels me, man. It gets me hyped. I like that. I like when people don't want me to win. It makes me that much more try to knock them out and hurt them.
All right, one more.
Danny, you spoke about being the king of the ring. I mean, but this is now March, I believe, the second or third performance here at the Barclays Center, and defeating a Brooklyn native in Zab Judah. Does this make the Barclays Center your home stadium now? Is this for Danny Garcia? I mean, Philadelphia's right there.
Yeah, no doubt. I love New York. I love the atmosphere. I love the fans, and you gotta, you know, in order to take over somebody's territory, you gotta beat the guy from there. And like I said before the fight, after I beat him, then my name's gonna be SS, Super Swift. I beat the home guy in Brooklyn, so.
Danny, do you want to just tell everybody about your sister?
Yeah. Oh yeah, actually that was my little sister singing the national anthem earlier. And by the way, she's a twin, so my little sister Siani.
Which one was singing?
We didn't want to say it was my sisters because we didn't want anybody to boo them, so we kept it on the low. But now y'all know that's my sisters.
American Idol.
Thank you.
Okay, Danny Garcia will.
Thank you very much.
And we're Zab Judah on his way, so he will.
Big effort, you know what I'm saying? I give him all the credit. So, you know, they trained real hard. I want to thank my team, Jimmy, Morris East, Darryl Finnegan, Bill Hawkins, Big Bull, Big Mark, everybody, man, Kirk. I mean, we train real hard. I want to thank my wife for putting up with me every day, driving me. She was my driver. I had to hire a driver this camp. You know, it was a long road. I mean, we had a lot of fun. We built this fight up to be one of the biggest fights. I mean, the Barclays, to my knowledge, was sold out, right?
Almost.
Dave, sold out? Almost?
Sold out everything that we put on sale.
Okay, everything we put up is sold out. So, you know, I feel good about that, coming back home and having a sold out crowd.
That was beautiful. Hey Zab, obviously you shut the critics up about being able to be in condition to fight 12 rounds. But there was times where it seemed, I never seen Danny in this position where he was actually really hurt with some left hands. Any reason why, I mean, there's times that it seems like you could have jumped on him and might have even finished him in a round because, you know, you really hurt him with some left hands. What made you hesitate as far as that?
Danny's a strong fighter, I'll be the first to say. He's a strong fighter. He's a strong puncher, you know what I mean? So you gotta be cautious about running in there. You don't wanna run in there and make a mistake. So, you know, I just played my game plan real cautious and just kept sticking to my jab and looking for the opening, making the opening happen.
Zab, right here. First of all, great fight.
Thank you.
He said that this was the hardest fight that he's had. That's number one. Number two, the two knockdowns were in rounds that were very, very close. One knockdown.
One knockdown.
In a round that was very, very close.
Yeah.
When you look back?
My feet was together. I mean, I don't make no excuses. Danny fought good, but when you watch the tape, my feet was together, and I was throwing a punch, and he just counted me good with a good punch, and my feet was just together. It's okay. I mean, it's part of boxing.
You feel like you gave him his hardest fight?
Yeah, I definitely gave it to Danny. I mean, Danny gave it back. You know what I mean? He stood up and showed about he's a champion. You know what I mean? I went in there and showed people that, you know, why I am 5-time champion of the world. You know.
Hey Zab, over here. Great fight tonight.
Thank you, Dan.
You won the last 3 rounds on 3 judges' scorecards. You came on late and seemed to dominate the last few rounds, but not at the beginning of the fight. He got off to a very big lead. You were closing very strong. What do you attribute to the fact that you started so slowly and after even being hurt were able to close so strong?
I don't
the other
know.
way around.
I think that when we watched Danny, he seemed to be a slow starter in the tapes, but he started kind of fast this fight. You know, no, I just want, like I said, I wanted to be cautious. I didn't want to go in there and be, you know, just radical, throwing wild punches and just, I want to be a scientist in there. You know what I'm saying? Stick to my jab, use my great defense. You know, and I think I did a pretty good job. And you know, late rounds, you know, people say 12 rounds. That was something I wasn't supposed to do. If you ask me, you know, if you ask anybody, nobody expected me to go 12 rounds. You know what I mean? But I did it. You know, I did it strong, and I think impressive. You know what I mean? I haven't seen the tape yet, but we'll go back and check it out.
One other thing, Zab. I know you didn't win the fight, but you sure fought a good fight. Do you feel like that, even with the loss, the performance that you turned in was a good enough performance and an exciting enough performance where you should be able to find yourself another championship fight or some other significant fight in the not too distant future?
I'm hoping so. Hoping to do more business for Golden Boy.
He's in the. It's like I said. I mean, there is no loser. There is no losers. Zab is in the mix. He's right there. He can face any other champion, any other fighter. He's right there. He didn't lose anything. He actually gained. He actually gained because of the way he fought. You know, I mean, okay, yeah, he didn't get the win, but he gained. Very impressive performance. You know, against a tough, strong fighter with a chin of granite. I mean, Zab hit him with some shots, and you know, that's why I said both fighters gave a great performance, and there is no loser, and you know, Zab will go his way and Danny will go his way, but both are still on the championship level. You know, Zab proved it once again. That's why, like he said, he's a 5-time world champion for a reason, and he just once again just proved it all over again to everybody, to the whole world. Zab,
Thank you. Coming from you, Mr. Delaware. Thank you. Appreciate it, bro.
First of all, Zab, congratulations on a great effort.
Thank you.
From your point of view tonight, even though you proved yourself a great fighter, but what went wrong? You didn't win. What went wrong tonight? What didn't go your way?
I mean, like I said, probably the beginning didn't start fast early. You know, my uncle kept telling me use the jab and let the combination go. But you know, when you're in there and you know, you doing the fighting, it's a little different. You know what I mean? Danny wasn't. I mean, early you could watch him. He threw some big shots. He threw big right hands, looping, you know, big hooks. I mean, and for the record, I think I slipped every hook tonight that he threw. I think. But he threw some pretty good right hands, strong to the head, to the body. And and my son said, any gay you should have liked too, Dad. And yeah, but you know, I take my hat off to Danny. He's a young guy, and I wish him success and well in his career.
Zab, you've now been in with Danny and Lucas Matisse.
Yeah.
That's a fight that's been talked about quite a bit and was talked about here again tonight while Danny was here.
Yeah.
What, in your opinion, happens if the two of them meet?
I mean, you know, I can't be the judge on that, but I can say that Lucas Matisse is probably one of the hardest junior welterweight punches in the division right now. He's one of those guys that you shouldn't sleep on. You know, Danny has good skills and stuff like that, but you know, Danny's a good strong puncher too. But you know, no disrespect to Danny, but nothing like Lucas. Lucas he punched hard with either hand. It's crazy, and I beat him. Style make fights.
Zab, what was it like to hear all the fans cheering for you, thousands and thousands of people?
It was great, man. This is Brooklyn, man. I mean, I look forward to this day, to this opportunity. You know, my team tell you since November 1st, you know, I crossed all the T's and I dotted all the I's. I don't think that I did nothing under what I was supposed to do. And, you know, I mean, hey, I don't feel bad. It's okay. It comes in territory.
Zab, is there something they said in your corner in the last 3-4 rounds? Because you came out and you were just hitting him with some punches that in the beginning rounds we didn't see. And he was backing up.
This is my uncle, you know, he's been with me since the age of 6 years old, so to the day I first put on boxing gloves. And I could look at his face and tell when he's serious about something. And he looked at me, he was like, come on, baby, we gotta do this. Let your hands fly. And I understood what he meant.
Zab, now that you guys hugged it out, is everything cool between you and Danny? And we're only getting a separate press conference because there's limited space?
No, there was never no problem with me and Danny. I mean, it was good press though, right? You guys loved it, right?
Yeah. So
First time in history, 2 fighters had a world championship fight and didn't face off in a way, or the press conference. So, you know, we broke a record book tonight. That's pretty cool.
Zab, you seem to find a home throughout the fight, but more later in the fight with that straight left. And so what did you see there? And also, how close did you think you were to stopping him? How badly did you think you had him hurt?
I don't do if or almost, or I don't do those. You know what I'm saying? I mean, with all my combinations, I seen him landing. You know, I seen Danny getting a little bit weak, but you know, he withstanded great. You got to give a kid a lot of credit. He's 25 years old. You know what I mean? And he was able to withstand that. I mean, got to give him a little credit there.
During the course of the fight, did you ever feel like you were 1 or 2 punches away?
Oh yeah, the whole fight, I knew I was 1 or 2 punches away from. I mean, you know, people always say Danny's a knockout puncher, but going to this fight, everybody knows that could end the fight with 1 punch. You know. I think that tonight it showed. You know what I mean? My hands, you know, my hand speed is great. My jab is impeccable. You know, my left hand is at any second it can turn up. You know what I mean?
This is the last question.
Zab, speaking of that left hand, it seemed at times you were drawing him into the corner.
Yeah.
But you didn't give us that left uppercut. Why is that?
I mean, like I said, you gotta watch Sonny. You know, it's easy for you to say that outside. Get in there.
Nah, I'm good. I like behind the camera.
You in there is different.